Today I will speak about the power of storytelling for your videos, and to make things a bit more interesting, I will travel to a country that has virtually zero tourists because of a conflict that has been going on for more than 2 years. Now, the trip didn't start as planned, as my drone got confiscated at the airport right away. It was quite a foolish thing to do, as I knew that flying would be prohibited at the destination, but I tried anyway. The first thing I did after arriving at the hotel was meeting up with my friend Lucas, who would accompany me on the journey. Alright, we got these electric scooters right now. I'm gonna explore the temples around here. As you can see from these beautiful buildings right around me, I'm in Myanmar right now. So I'm super excited to take you guys along on this journey and tell you a little bit more about my top tips and tricks about better storytelling. So let's get started. Tip number 1, you gotta start with a strong opening. The first few seconds of your video are crucial for hooking your audience's attention. You can either start with a strong statement, a surprising fact, or an interesting question to grab their attention and make them want to come back and keep on watching. Because the last thing that you want is to have a weak opening and your viewer doesn't really know what story you're trying to tell, and then they will click off and instead watch something else. We heard it is a super amazing experience to do a balloon ride here quite early in the morning. So we're gonna cruise around and try to find the office where we can buy a ticket. Okay, bad news. So normally this balloon ride thing has to be booked in advance. Unfortunately, all the spots were taken, so we decided to come up with a plan B instead. Another really interesting technique that you can use to grab your viewers' attention is creating a quick montage of highlights that you will showcase throughout the video and place that right at the beginning. Think of it as a trailer that makes you want to see the entire movie, but pictures speak more than words. So let me show you an example of what I mean. Now you got a teaser of what is going to happen throughout the rest of the video, and I will share plenty of more tricks. The next tip is about structuring a story. A well-structured story has a clear beginning, middle, and end point. So you could start by introducing the main characters and setting in the scene, and then take your audience on a small journey, and then ideally wrap up with somewhat of a satisfying conclusion if you can. If you encounter any shortfalls, problems, or issues throughout your journey, that is a really amazing thing to include also, because life is not always perfect, and that will make your story a lot more relatable and the viewer will become more invested in the outcome. I got another tip up my sleeves, but first let's cruise around a little bit more to see what else we can find in this beautiful archaeological site around me. Maybe he gets kicked by the cow now. Okay, we found this incredible local village where people are doing all this traditional work, and we have one of the villagers showing us around. Hello. Wow. Oh, we're getting some local cigars. Wow. Can I try? Not sure about this one. 500 for one ice cream?
Yes.
Okay. Can we have all? Yeah, we're buying a lot of ice cream. They're not running out. Also reasonably cheap. Kids are really happy about it. Absolutely incredible village right here. You can hear the roosters. Hello. Wow, what an incredible day. Just got back to the hotel. We're gonna get some dinner and wake up really early in the morning. Unfortunately, we didn't get the balloon ride because it's all booked out, but hey, that is life. Nothing is perfect, but for sure, we're gonna find something else that is really cool. The next tip is about adding a bit of variation to your footage, and I'll explain what that means. To make your vlogs and travel videos more visually interesting and dynamic, it is important to add variation to your footage. Try filming from different angles, using different camera movements, and incorporating different types of shots such as like close-ups, wide shots, and point of view type of shots. That will help you to keep your audience engaged and then add more depth to your vlog or general YouTube video. Additionally, using different types of footage like time lapses or drone shots can also add an extra layer of interest and excitement to your vlogs, so don't be afraid to experiment and try out new things. The next tip is brought to you by my friends over at Motion Array, who were kind enough to make today's episode possible. I always recommend to use visuals and sound to enhance your story. Sound effects and cool overlays can be incredibly powerful tools for storytelling. You can use them to create a particular mood, convey emotions, and add a lot more depth to your story. Sound design is particularly important when you've got cinematic B-roll sections present, because it adds another dimension to the footage and it makes your viewer feel like he was actually there, and that can enhance the story and make it a lot more engaging for your audience. That is where Motion Array comes into play in my workflow normally. Their platform is tailored for video creators and offers you access to thousands of assets that can be used to polish up your video. So for example, I like to browse the Motion Array platform and type in keywords for sound design and then just throw these extra sound effects onto my timeline to add a bit more story. They also got really cool templates that I often like to use for stuff like intro sequences and whenever I need animations. Another feature that I like to use is to browse their stock footage catalog to find either cool overlays or sometimes filler shots when I couldn't capture everything I wanted on the location. So I often use stuff like time lapses and so on when I'm really short on time to kind of overlay that and make my footage a little bit more interesting. Their platform is membership based. That means you pay a monthly fee and that allows you to access unlimited downloads. If you use my link below to sign up for an annual membership, they got a really sweet deal because you will save like $50 US. So instead of paying 21 per month, you'll only pay like 17, which is a pretty decent deal in my opinion, because I tend to spend more money on preset packs, and with Motion Array you get unlimited downloads instead. So it's a little bit like a no-brainer. And once again, thanks to Motion Array for hooking a brother up and making another video like this possible. The next tip is one of the most important ones, and that is called show and don't tell. Whenever you speak about things in your videos, I recommend to use visuals to help tell your story and keep your audience engaged. So let me show you an example of a vlog section that uses these B-roll overlays to underline the things I'm talking about. Sunrise mission right here at this archaeological site. It's looking beautiful. Wow. Okay, we're gonna meet some amazing locals who had offered us help in finding a monastery The real Johnny Depp. Where we can photograph these novice monks who are doing their daily prayer. We woke up super early to discover the ruins, and we managed to photograph monks and other amazing locals. What an incredible day. Now, obviously you can tell that sitting in the room without any visuals is comparably boring and makes your viewer a lot less engaged with the story, so always show and don't tell. We got to this absolutely beautiful monastery right here. We asked for permission whether we can film in there, and we bought some candles at the store earlier to increase the storytelling in the scene and make the entire scene a lot more dramatic and cinematic. So we're gonna ask for permission and hopefully get some really cool shots. Hello. Hello. Okay, the next tip is about editing out any boring or unimportant parts of your vlog to keep it tight and engaging. One of the keys to creating a successful vlog is to keep your audience engaged. And to do this, it is important to edit and cut out any boring or unimportant parts of your video. This means removing any dead air, redundant footage, or any parts that don't contribute to the overall story you're trying to tell. By cutting out all this filler stuff, you'll be able to keep your vlogs tight and focused and ensure that your audience stays engaged and interested. So use jump cuts to get rid of the ams and ahs and all kinds of filler words, and by being more selective and strategic with your editing, you'll be able to create vlogs that are more enjoyable and memorable for your audience. Okay, and on to the bonus tips, and I feel that those are one of the most important ones. Number one, you gotta be authentic. Viewers can really tell if a story is genuine, so always be true to yourself and your core message. Of course, you can dramatize like little things a little bit and emphasize some stuff that has happened with music and so on, but don't push it too far and make sure you share your own experiences. Be honest about your struggles and this kind of stuff, because otherwise your viewers will be able to smell it from a mile away that something is staged or something hasn't happened that way, and that will kind of hurt you on the long term and destroy a lot of trust that you're trying to build with your audience. Now, over the course of the video, you probably realized that I used a lot of the techniques I talked about. And the simplest trick was recording the video in form of a vlog format rather than sitting on a desk for the entire time. Remember, the key to great storytelling on YouTube is to start strong, structure your story, use visuals and sound effectively, build some kind of narrative and drama in the story, but always remain authentic. With these tips in mind, you'll be well on your way to create better storytelling. I hope you found them helpful. If you did, please leave a like, and you can also consider subscribing to the channel for more videos like this if you want to. Don't have to, but either way, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.